Hello, everybody, and today I'm here to review Captain America Brave New World. So, this came out February of last year, and I'm finally here to talk about it as we're getting closer to the movies that I really like to discuss. So, as you know, in our current MCU timeline, Sam Wilson is now Captain America. And a lot of people are angry over that for some reason. I just know I'm always going to bring up what grifters are always saying online. But I myself do like Sam Wilson as Captain America. I think he's really likable as Cap. I just hope we get a lot more of him in Avengers Doomsday. But this is like technically the fourth Captain America movie. And I love the Captain America trilogy. But for this movie, yeah, it's easily not the best of the Cap movies. It can never be as good as those original three movies, but I really hope Marvel does explore Sam as Captain America. But this time he goes up against the Red Hulk, played by my favorite Harrison Ford. So I guess they decided to recast Red Hulk. Well, the guy who played Thunderbolt Ross. Unfortunately, he passed away in real life, so they had to recast him. But honestly, it feels weird that they're willing to recast his character than Black Panther, I guess because they highly respected Chadwick Boseman's performance. Rest in peace to him as well. But this whole movie is about Sam teaming up with the new Falcon to find out who's behind his one friend Isaiah Bradley's. Apparently, he committed a crime that on the president's life, causing him to get framed, leading Cap to go on a quest to find out what's behind this. So, I gotta say this. I did see this with my friend. We saw it in 3D, which was a lot of fun, as we got to see the Red Hulk just come out and storm the screen in 3D. Usually, I don't watch movies in 3D, but this is my only chance to see the movie. But literally, this movie was a lot of drama behind it because people were still angry because they think Steve Rogers is the main Captain America and they don't think Sam deserves to be Cap. Honestly, it just feels like people are being racist because if honestly if it wasn't given to Sam, they probably wouldn't say anything. But because Sam's black, they want to criticize him. Now, there's a difference between being racist and critiquing this movie. I'm not saying everyone's racist, but the people who are being racist about this movie are definitely racist. But we ignore those people. But what really surprised me about this movie was just how straightforward it is. We see a lot of good action with Sam as Captain America. I do like his suit in this movie. It looks so much better than the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where they literally had to use CGI on his costume just to make it look right. But the wings look really cool, and Red Wing looks awesome, and the shield looks super badass. But we also get a new Falcon, like I said earlier. But he's played by Danny Ramirez. I actually really do like the new Falcon. I thought his character was a lot of fun. I love his dynamic with Sam. Their chemistry is really good. But what's really ironic about this movie is that Tom Holland's always having this little funny hate relationship with Anthony Mackie. And he once said that he'd never seen the Falcon movie. But how ironic, because Anthony Mackie finally got his own Captain America movie. So I guess that's a win. Even though Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out, looks like these two both get their own movies in the fourth title. But I might as well talk about Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. So I really love Harrison Ford. I love him as Indiana Jones, Han Solo. I was honestly surprised that he's joining the MCU ever since he played Indiana Jones one last time and he decides to join the MCU. But his scenes were always interesting. But surprisingly, we see Harrison Ford use like a cycle, even though Harrison Ford's like 80 years old. And he can still exercise just good, which is really cool to see. Just thought I'd mention that. But his scenes where he introduces adamantium finally being in the MCU, which is really nice. So maybe we're getting some glimpses of Wolverine, since this is after Deadpool and Wolverine came out. But apparently during this presentation, Isaiah Bradley's there, and he ends up getting mind controlled into attacking Ross, and he ends up running, speed walking outside, and he ends up getting arrested. And this is where we leads to Cap and Falcon to go on their quest to find out who's behind this. And this is where we get the reveal that it is, spoilers, it is the return of the Mr. Blue from all the way back in the Incredible Hulk. Last time we saw him, he was suggested to become the leader, and that's what it looks like, since unfortunately we didn't get an Incredible Hulk sequel. But it looks like he's just a green dude with a giant brain. And it's just, he looks super creepy in this movie. But his character, I wish we could have saw more of. I wish we could have explored why he wants revenge. But we also get a sort of sequel to Internals, since that movie, a lot of people didn't really care for that movie, myself included. But the big thing about that movie was a Celestial tried to devour the Earth before Thanos, and we see it frozen in the ice, and we see that sight in this movie, which was cool, I guess. But it doesn't really get explored too much, since this movie is fast-pacing, like I said. But once the Cap and Falcon do go through the training, well, no, not training, but once they go through the set off the alarms, they fight a bunch of goons. We get a bunch of cool action sequences. But of course, Cap gets arrested. But him and Falcon are sent on a new mission to take out the goons that are trying to take out the Celestial. And they do their best. And we get some good flying sequences. But Falcon gets shot down. And of course, I knew he was going to be fine. But Sam feels responsible for this. He starts to, as everything starts to fall apart, he's wondering if he was worthy of becoming Captain America. But this is where we see the cameo of Sebastian Stan back as Bucky Barnes. And some people were saying he wasn't going to be in this movie, but surprisingly, he's in this movie. Just for a few seconds, as they were probably setting him up for Thunderbolts, which I'll get to in a few weeks. But Sam gets assured that he is worthy of being Captain America. Steve chose him because of who he is, which I really like. And people love to keep on saying, oh, they just wanted him to be Cap just because he's black. That's just not true. He was the perfect candidate to be the next Captain America, since Steve retired when he went back in time in Endgame. It makes sense to be Sam, since he was a good ally for Steve Rogers, and now he's passing the mantle on to him. So I do like that. I wish we could have gotten more scenes like that, but looks like Cap is ready to track down the leader who tried to unleash Harrison Ford to become the Red Hulk, which looks like it's setting up. But this is where we do see Harrison Ford literally become the Red Hulk. So the Red Hulk was easily the best part of this movie. It makes me miss Rage Green Hulk, which we haven't seen since Infinity War. But the way Sam fights the Red Hulk was super awesome, super badass. The CGI maybe looked a little off in the green screen, But overall, Sam is beaten by the Red Hulk, and he barely wins, as he is able to somewhat take out the Red Hulk without even having any super serum, but he's able to stab the Red Hulk, which I thought was neat. But the Red Hulk literally gets reminded of his daughter, which we surprisingly see, Betty Ross. We haven't seen her since the Incredible Hulk, and we don't even know why Bruce never gotten back in contact with her. Maybe because they changed the actors from Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo. But Ross is able to turn back into Harrison Ford, and he gets arrested, of course. But it looks like things work out just fine, as Isaiah Bradley is cleared because they find out that he was the leader the whole time, as they're able to track him down and arrest him. And Isaiah's a free man. And I do like Carl Lumbly in this movie. I love him as Martian Manhunter in the DCAU. That's your little Easter egg trivia. But Isaiah Bradley was definitely a good part of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, being the forgotten super soldier that wanted to get recognition, and he finally did because of Sam, which I really respect. But the movie ends with Sam and Joaquin Torres waking up from his coma, from his injuries. But the movie sets up some more stuff in the post-credits, as we do see that Ross is now in the raft, and he meets his daughter again, which was nice to see. But yeah, this movie could have been a lot better in my opinion, but it had some enjoyment for me. I had a good time watching it with my friend. It wasn't the best superhero movie for this year. I definitely give it probably a 7 out of 10. Maybe that's being nice. But this movie, for some reason, got torn apart by people. But I don't know. Marvel is up and down for me lately, but I have high hopes for Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, Spider-Man Brand New Day. But maybe it's just the shows for me that weren't really working for me. But I did rewatch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it really holds up. And it definitely feels like a sequel to it. But if you want to understand how Sam becomes Cap, definitely watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But the next Marvel movie is Thunderbolts, which I'll get to. But the next movie review is, I think it's Frankenstein, Netflix. So that's going to be a bit of talk about for next week. So be on the lookout for that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.